I'm Lee Patrick Sullivan here at the Washington, D.C. Auto Show. I'm with Jim Campbell, the GM of Chevrolet. And Jim, what a difference a year makes. Last year, it was almost like a funeral here at the Washington, D.C. Auto Show. This year, Chevrolet is back with some new models. The Chevy Volt is finally going to hit the streets. 2010, big year for Chevrolet.
Oh, it is. 2010 is going to be a year of growth for Chevrolet, and I'm really excited to be here in the D.C. show because we're talking about products and exciting products at that. We have a Chevy Spark, which will be a new mini car entry, which we'll be bringing to market. Secondly, we're showing an Aveo RS show car, which will be an inspiration for a new small car we're bringing to the U.S. We'll build it in Lake Orion, Michigan. We also have the Chevrolet Cruze, which is right behind us. We'll build that in Lordstown, Ohio. That is a car that brings mid-size presence to it and amenities to the compact car class. And of course, you mentioned the Chevrolet Volt, a vehicle that goes 40 miles without using any gasoline. And most Americans, about 80%, commute less than 40 miles, like me, maybe you. So you don't use any gasoline. For those that drive a little bit further, we have an onboard generator that kicks in to give you additional 300 miles of range. So it's an electric vehicle with extended range capability. So it's an exciting day here in DC.
And let's touch on EVs a little bit. When the Volt was announced in 2007, you kind of stood alone in the EV world. But since then, we have the Nissan Leaf, Tesla, Fisker, Karma coming out. It's a bit of a crowded field now. Do you think maybe you maybe missed the opportunity to get that market share the same way, let's say, Toyota did with the Prius for hybrids? Or do you think that the more the merrier?
Right. Well, the important thing is that for Chevrolet and then as the industry as a whole, that we really kind of educate and promote the electric vehicle category. So the Chevrolet Volt is an electric vehicle with this extended range capability. So we really are advocates of this category as one advanced propulsion technology. So we're excited about it. We're actually deep into testing, validation to bring this vehicle to market this year. So some of our competitors are still in the early R&D phases. At Chevrolet, we're getting ready to start producing and selling them by the end of the year.
Now you're bringing, I believe the Cruze and the Spark, they were top sellers over in Europe, correct?
Right. Yeah, Chevrolet is a global brand, and so we get a lot of learnings when we sell brands across to other markets. And so the Cruze we've launched in both Asia and Europe. Has strong market acceptance. We already have, basically many millions of miles of test drive R&D validations on the vehicle, and the vehicle's done very well in those markets. So we'll be bringing that to this market in the third quarter of this year. We'll build it in Lordstown, Ohio. And again, we bring kind of mid-size amenities and presence to the compact car class, so it's going to be a winning combination.
Now with the rollout of the Cruze, the Spark, the new Aveo, how much of this is part of the Chevrolet plan and how much of this is government regulation as far as new CAFE standards and new government policy to get more miles per gallon?
Well, if you look back, our strategy at Chevrolet has really been to develop a lineup of vehicles for some time that runs from gas-friendly to gas-free. So the vehicles like the Spark, the Aveo, the Cruze will get up to 40 miles per gallon on the highway with our high-efficiency model, is an example of vehicles that get great fuel economy, all the way to gas-free, which is an example with the Volt. So for us, this has been a strategy that's been in place, and we're really now bringing those products to market, so it's very exciting.
Now, when I was on the new car market this year, and almost to a T, all of my friends said, get the new Camaro. No one was saying, run out and get yourself a Spark. There's a lot of talk of, American car companies need to build cars people want. I'm sure you've heard that a lot when the CEOs came here to Washington.
Right.
But still, the top-selling cars are the Ford F-150 and the Chevy Silverado.
Right.
So those are the cars that it seems to Americans want. You're not turning your back on the Camaro and the Silverado?
No, absolutely. Chevrolet obviously has a great kind of competency and tradition in full-size trucks like the Silverado. And many Americans use the Silverado as the tool of their trade every day. And so that's important that we provide those vehicles with the right truck capabilities and great fuel economy for its class. Performance cars has been an area that Chevrolet has excelled at. The Camaro is an example of a vehicle that's got great style, great safety features, great fuel economy for its category, along with the Corvette's another example. Where I think we have an opportunity, we need to be strong in those areas and continue to grow. The other growth areas for us will be to provide vehicles that appeal to eco-enthusiasts, to young consumers, to be relevant to young consumers, and also to modern families. Speaking of modern families, the Chevrolet Equinox gets 32 miles per gallon. It's about 4 miles per gallon better than a RAV4 that's on the market today. And so that vehicle provides great fuel economy, beautiful style on the outside and in, and that vehicle is red hot. We have about a 12-day supply. We just added a third shift, It's an example of a vehicle that hits the market of the modern family and really provides what they're looking for, and the sales results are kind of a measure of the success we've had.
And the Equinox was one of the finalists for Truck of the Year.
It was one of the finalists, so we're very honored by that. It was, we were honored to be in that category, to be one of the very best nominees, and so that's great. My other measure of success is how is it selling in the market, and again, it's 12-day supply. It's selling very well, because it provides that right combination of style on the inside and out, the right number of safety features, standard OnStar, and great fuel economy, 32 miles per gallon. So it's really, I'm very gratified by the market acceptance of customers buying it.
Now, when they were about to announce it, did you think that you had that in the bag? I mean, you went up against a delivery truck and a station wagon. The Equinox should have came home with the hardware.
Well, you know what? Listen, I was very gratified we were nominated. And again, for me, those types of awards are nice, but the true measure of success for our team at Chevrolet is how is the vehicle doing in the marketplace, and the Equinox is doing very well. We just added a third shift.
Now, any chance that we'll see a hybrid version of the Silverado? It already gets 21 miles per gallon, but is there any way to squeeze some more out of that?
We, in fact, on the Silverado, we do have a 2-mode hybrid on the Silverado, so that really helps with the city miles per gallon, and that's important because a lot of customers that use that truck, they use it in environments where they're starting and stopping and making deliveries and picking things up. So we do have a hybrid on the Silverado. We also have it on the Tahoe, 2-mode hybrids.
Now, the Chevy Volt, although it does have an onboard generator, it's a pure electric car.
Yes.
Any chance of using that technology, throwing it into the Spark, throwing it into the Cruze, and have them be pure EVs or extended range electric vehicles?
Right. Well, the one thing that I would say is, in the past, we've always said there's been a little bit of Corvette in every Chevrolet. I think really as we're looking at the amazing progress we're making on the Volt, as we go forward, there's technologies in the Volt that we think that can apply to other models in the lineup. So there'll be a little bit of Volt in every Chevrolet down the road.
All right, Jim Campbell from Chevrolet, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
From the Washington, D.C. Auto Show, I'm Lee Patrick Sullivan. Clean Skies News.